Welcome to lesson 4 on JShell. In this section we will open a file of the saved JShell snippets. We will also look at the purpose of the reset command in JShell, as well as a brief look at the list command. We'll create a Java for loop and evaluate an expression without using a complete Java statement. Finally, we will save our work using JShell's save command. If you want to follow from your side and do the same as I am, you can download lesson 3 .jsh file and save it in a directory of your own choice. The link to the file is in the description section below. To start, we'll open JShell in the terminal. Yeah, I've got a terminal window open already, so I'm just going to open JShell or create a JShell session, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there I've got JShell open. Now I'm going to open my saved snippet code that I've saved in the lesson 3 JSH, and I'm going to use the open command, JShell's open command. So I'm going to say open like that, and then if it was in a directory, you type in the directory, and then or directories, then the file name. Now I've already, in my current directory is already where I've got the file that I want in. So all I need is to put, because I'm there, all I need to say is lesson 3.jsh, and there I've opened it. Okay, as you can see, it's loaded it and it's given me the output. It's read the information. So I'm going to show you what the information looks like quickly. It's a simple text file that I saved. This is what it looks like. You can see the previous work. It was all saved as a text file. And I'll show you later on how to do that. But we've opened it. Next, I'm going to use the list command to list all my, you can use the list command, in other words, to list the current active snippets of the code that you typed or read in. In this case, I've read in from the file I just showed you. So I can just say list, and you'll see all the snippets indexed that I previously in lesson 3 typed that are loaded now. So now that I've got this, let's start a new project. Now, instead of exiting JShell and then starting it again, we can use the reset command, and I'm just going to show you what the reset does. So I'm going to use my help first. Help, and I'm going to say help with reset, so it just gives me the help of the reset. And here it says the reset the JShell tool code and execution state. All entered code is lost. The execution state is restarted. Startup code is re-executed. Save any work before using this command. Okay, we didn't save it. I already had it saved before the one that I opened. I just want to show you now. To reset is because I want to start a new project or work on a new snippets. I don't want to work on the previous ones that are loaded over here. Okay, and to show you now, if I go list, you'll see. Okay, let me do the reset first, because I just had the help of the reset. So I'm going to reset it. I didn't reset it previously. There I've reset it. You see. Resetting state, and let me try the list now, and you see it's not listing any work. So I'm starting, let's say, a new project. So let's go ahead and add new snippets, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this time with the for loop, and then I'm just going to loop from 10 to 0, output it. Let's try it. I'm going to say for, I'm going to say int I is equal to 10, because I want to go from 10 to 0. Then I'm going to say while I is greater or equal to 0, I must decrease I. And again, it's telling me I'm not finished. And then I'm going to output it to the console, in this case to my terminal, .println, and I'm going to say i's value. I'm just going to give it some information here. I'm going to say I, and let's see, it seems like everything looks alright, and I'm going to enter, and as you can see there, the loop was executed and is giving me the information. As you can see, I'm also in normal mode, feedback mode here, so it's giving me certain information. And you can see the previous lesson on feedback if you want to know about the various feedback modes you could have used. Now, apart from normal snippets, Java also allows one to directly evaluate an expression without being part of a full Java statement. So let's look at an example of what I mean here. So I can just type the value of pi is, and then I'm going to just call the math constant pi. And as you can see, it's not a full Java statement, it's a partial Java statement, yet it works in JShell. And it's giving me a scratch variable, so I could say System.out.println, and I'm going to print it out, and I'm just going to say $, the variable, and there's my output. The value of pi is, and the pi's value 3.1415926, and so on. Now when I'm finished, and if I don't want to lose this work, I can save it, and similar to the command of the open, I can just save it. I'm going to save this one as a lesson 4. All I do is I say save, and I could have a directory, but since I'm in the current directory where I want to save it, I just need to type in the directory name. So I'm going to say lesson 4, and as you saw previously, it saves it as a text file, but I'm going to call it JSH for JShell, so it's easy identifiable. And there, I've saved it. And if I had to go and open that file so you can see what it looks like, I'm just going to go and open it. And as you can see, there's my for loop that I typed in, and there is my incomplete, an expression that's not a complete Java statement, and there I printed it out. So it's saved it under the lesson 4 JSH, so you can save your work like that. And just to show you again, if I go here and list, I can also list, and it's indexed over there. Later on we'll look more into detail into the list. And when you're finished with the project, if you want another one, you could reset, do the next one, and so on. And when you're totally finished with JShell and you've saved your work and so on, you can say exit. In this lesson, we looked at saving our JShell work to a file, as well as opening work from a saved file to JShell. We had a brief look at the list command and how to start a new project, in other words a work session, from within a JShell session. In this project we created a Java for loop and used Java to evaluate an expression without a complete Java statement. I hope you learned something from this lesson, and please be free to put your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the notify button. I've also got a Facebook page related to this channel that you're welcome to visit. See you at the next lesson where we'll carry on exploring JShell. Happy coding!